You know what I really appreciate about Northwest Naturals, Carly?
Oh, I know. They don't play the chewy or direct-to-consumer game.
Exactly. They stand with the independents. No undercutting, no competing with their own stores.
Yeah, instead, they actually invest in promotions and programs that grow our businesses.
Retailers are noticing too. Northwest Naturals isn't just a food brand. They're family owned and operated, and they're a real partner with indie stores like us and you.
And you can partner with them at nw-naturals.net.
And right now, Northwest Naturals is offering an extra 5% on Gap ISOs for current clients, plus an extra 5% on any new ISO for new clients.
Just use promo code PetShopGirls.
Trade. Pet Shop Girls. Unleash your power, let's make some waves.
Hey everybody, I'm Sherry.
And I'm Carly.
And welcome back to the Pet Shop Girls podcast.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
You always like singing.
Sometimes I'm just a happy person because we're talking about holiday hoopla, Sherry. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, when was the last time that you, Sherry Redwine, sat down on your couch and just enjoyed a nice, relaxing TV show?
I can't remember because my problem is I sit down and I intend to do that. I intend to just relax, watch some Food Network, but then, you know, maybe a commercial comes on and I'm like, oh, I pick up my phone and I'll just check Instagram real quick. Maybe I'll post a story. You know, I haven't posted enough stories today. I'll post a story real quick. And then 2 hours goes by and I'm like, what just happened?
Yep. You know what? I feel that in my soul. If I have a soul, I'm sure I do. But I feel that in my soul because I'm the exact same way. I'm like, I'm just going to look forward to, you know, a day off or an evening off, or just some time to sit and recharge my brain and do nothing.
Yeah.
But my phone is sitting beside me or my laptop is sitting across, you know, on the coffee table. And I'm like, oh, I just have to do this quick. And then 3 or 4 or 9 hours later, and I'm like, oh crap, I just worked my whole day off.
Or I'll open my emails and be like, oh, I'll just check them really quick. It takes me seriously like 2 hours a day to check my emails.
This is the thing for me too. What I've noticed is when I am like plunking away, doing the things, and when I let myself get distracted or sidetracked, like when I'm trying to watch TV, I'm not as productive as I would like to be because now I am like the squirrel. Or the dog that sees the squirrel, whatever it is. What squirrel? That's me. And I mean, I've made jokes about this, but I'm literally not even joking. At my store, when I am there to work and do the things, my fridge in our little kitchenette is like 12 feet away from my desk. And I will be working away and I'll be like, oh, I'm thirsty. I should get up and get a drink. But in that 12 feet from my desk to the fridge, I get sidetracked 19 times before I even get to the fridge.
No, same. I don't even want to get up to go to the bathroom sometimes. You know, like
because you're going to get yes, and you're going to get sidetracked. That's my thing. And then it's like 3 hours later, and I'm back at my desk going, "Geez, I'm still thirsty." It's because I never got to the fridge. Like
you don't drink enough water. You definitely need to drink.
Well, I don't drink enough anything because I can't even make it to my fridge 12 feet away because I'm like a dog with a squirrel. But
so we're saying all this because, you know, burnout is real and we kind of want to just talk about it. Let's air it out and give some tips that work for us a little bit, even though we are not experts in this. But the burnout is super real over the holidays, right? Like we have a couple different holiday episodes that have dropped for you guys with regards to how can you do different things for your store. We've put together the Santa Paws service guide that is in our, exclusive. So nice. Yes.
Exclusive content for our Substack members that will kind of help you with your store. But what about you? Because
Exactly.
your store doesn't run without you. So we've got to, and when I say we, I mean all of us, we all have to try to take care of ourselves and look after us during this whole holiday hoopla.
Because it can affect you physically and mentally.
And personally and professionally, like it can affect you everywhere.
And then that can affect, and if you're in a bad
everything.
mood, it can affect your staff, and then that can affect your sales. And so anyway, it's kind of like gut health. It all starts from the inside, right?
And what comes from your inside? Your energy. So yeah, like protecting your energy, your mental health, really, right? Because you've got to have a clear head. That's where I feel like, and I've said this before, when I think about in my corporate job and was I busy? Yeah, I had tons on the go, but I've talked about it before. I only had to look after my piece of the pie. Now, as a business owner, as a pet pro, I have to look after the entire bakery, and I don't know how to bake. But it's all of the things, right? So I used to be able to sit down and I would make a list in my corporate job and I'd be like, okay, these are all of the things that I need to do. And it was a long list and I was still busy and I had to get all the things done. But when I got to the end of that list, it was like, okay, now things are just kind of trickling in. What I've noticed as an entrepreneur is I make my list of things to do and I just keep adding to it. And they're not little things trickling in when I get done. I never get a to-do list done. I never get it done.
No. And then I feel overwhelmed. And then I realize I'm not breathing. Like taking a deep breath and just relaxes me, because I realize I'm running short on breath because I'm getting tense in my upper body. So,
and you know what I've noticed too, and you and I have not talked about this, Sherry, but I have really been making a concentrated effort to not have my shoulders up around my ears.
Relax. Yeah. Most of your tension is in your neck and shoulders, right? So that's why I get fairly regular massages. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of my tips.
Yep.
Go get yourself a massage. I'm blessed in that I have a massage school around the corner from me, so I can get an hour massage for $35.
Nice. Yeah, I'd be there every day. Well, I'd be there when I was supposed to be watching TV. No, but even like I've like I said, consciously, I'm noticing that. And I know people can't see me, but I'm like, my shoulders are way up everywhere I am. I'm driving, I'm sitting, I'm trying to watch TV, I'm lying in bed. My shoulders are just, if you consciously think about where your shoulders are, I bet you they're tight right now. And you just got them like crunched up. So I have consciously been, let your shoulders down. And then I'll do that. And then 20 seconds later, I'm like, oh my God, let your shoulders down, because they immediately go back up and they just keep doing that.
Same, dude. Same.
That's the energy, right? You think about if you treat your energy like your best selling product in your store, you don't give that shiznat away. You do not give your best selling product away. Don't give your energy away. And when you feel it running out, you got to do the things to recharge and rest.
That brings us to another point, and that's setting boundaries, because part of conserving your energy is not saying yes to everything. It's okay not to say yes to everything. So if somebody asks you, even if it's just going to some party, you know, and hey, could you bring a casserole to this party? Instead of just saying yes, say, hold on, let me get back to you on that. Because your time and your me time is valuable.
Well, and listen, so up here in Canuckland, we just finished celebrating Thanksgiving, and we were having it at my brother's house. And so, I was messaging and I said, what would you like me to bring, or what can I bring? And they said, you can bring whatever you want. And of course they say that to me because I can't cook to save my life. But I
don't know. You make some tasty sounding desserts.
Listen, that's my default go-to, because you can't really screw up a dessert that bad. So at least I can look like I can cook, but I can't. But I made my famous Thanksgiving dessert called Pumpkin Delight. And it is absolutely delicious. Maybe I should share the recipe.
You should. Okay, I'm sorry. I know we're getting sidetracked here, but what is a pumpkin delight?
Oh, it's so good. It's a 4-layer dessert. It's got that shortbread crust with pecans, and then it's got a cream cheese layer, and then it's got like a pumpkin pudding layer, and then whipped cream. So
stop it. Okay, any dessert with cream cheese, count me in.
I know, right? It's so delicious. Okay, so here we are, back to where we were. Thanksgiving, and I'm like, okay, I know that I'm busy, but I want to contribute to the Thanksgiving dinner and all the things, so I'm going to make my pumpkin delight. And then afterwards, my mom says to me, she's like, did you use store-bought whipped cream? I'm like, oh my God, yes. And she's like, have you looked at the ingredients? I'm like, Mom, okay, the last thing I had time to do was sit there and make my own whipped cream from scratch when I literally...
Who makes their own whipped cream from scratch? What normal person?
My mother.
Okay, I know, but does she have a job?
Well, no.
There you go.
But so she looks at me and she's like, you always care about the ingredients in your dog's food. I'm like, I don't eat whipped cream every day. It's once a year.
In her defense, I do say that to you too, though.
All the time. God, why? I should just surround myself with normal people. I've got you and my mother, the two most abnormal people in the world. Anyways.
Just because we don't live off of cheese.
And store-bought whipped cream, apparently. But so where I was going with all of this was kind of what you were saying, Sherry, right? Like I made the commitment, and I don't like not being able to keep commitments that I make. But I made the commitment that I was going to bring this dessert. And so I was obviously I'm going to do it. But my point was, my mom's like, you should have made your own whipped cream. I'm like, okay, listen, I struggle to find the time to make the dessert.
Like you're lucky that I am here and that I brought something.
Be grateful for me.
You could have brought a bag of Fritos. I mean,
or a brick of cheese. A brick of cheese with some homemade whipped cream on top.
Yeah. No, so it's okay to say no. Just say it politely, or, give your time to think about it before you say yes.
Yeah. Pet Pros, if you've ever dreamed of having your own branded line of chews, now's the time.
For real, I've got my own line, and it's all thanks to Aardvark Pet Products. They make it so easy with their private label program built just for indie stores. And I love being able to design my own labels.
Okay, but if you're not a design freak like Miss Sherry, you don't have to design your own labels because they'll do it all for you. And with their low minimums, no sneaky fees, getting your logo on shoes you can actually be proud of has never been easier.
Exactly. And trust me, it makes a difference. Better margins, stronger brand presence, and your customers love supporting local.
Right. So head to aardvarkpet.com and check out everything they have, because indie retailers deserve big brand power without the big brand nonsense.
That's ARTVARK pet.com. And if you want a $600 design pack for free and to avoid those pesky setup fees, plus get 10% off your first order, be sure to mention the Pet Shop Girls sent you.
Here's what I kind of want to talk about. And we've talked about doing an episode on this by itself, but maybe we don't need to do that. And we can just talk about it right now, because you've probably done this in the past where you've sat down and you're like, okay, I'm going to batch a bunch of my socials, whether that's blog posts or customer emails or videos or just static feed posts. In my former life, when I had my own little training company, one of the things that we taught was, we called it effective social media time on a dime. And this was all about batching. So what we did was we kind of broke it down into 15-minute blocks, 30-minute, 60-minute, or if you have hours. And then we came up with, if I had 15 minutes to work on my social media, what could I do with that time? Well, I could, look at different platforms if I'm not on all of them already. I could create a new account on a different platform. I could read other posts. I could capture pictures.
You could follow people to try to get more followers back.
Exactly. Yeah. Follow or post short little posts, or, tiny little things that you have, the 15 minutes is enough. And then like if you have 30 minutes, maybe you could search just for random pages to follow. Maybe you could make a list of top 10 blog topics. Not that you're going to blog them, but you're going to make that list so that then when you have hours, you can literally sit down and bang out those blogs.
Right. And sometimes it's partially just my mind needs to stew on it first.
Yep.
Before I dive in. And I just and then it'll be easier like the next day or whenever I get to it.
Yeah. Like one of the things that I do, because I think something that bugs me the most, and that's where I feel like I am constantly running, is I try to have different little lists. Some of them are Discord channels with my team. Some of them are just spreadsheets that I have on my phone. But when I'm like, ooh, this would make a really good blog topic, I don't want to forget it. So I literally have my email list of customer email topics. I have that same channel for my team so that when things come up in store and they can be like, oh, this would actually make for a really good email, they put that into my channel. So now I have these like reservoirs of information that I can go and I can pull from when I'm like, okay, now I got time to write emails. Where are all my ideas? And right. I kind of know where they are, and then I pull them into my master spreadsheet.
So back to batching. This is interesting because like right before we jumped on to record this, I was actually doing like a mini coaching session with somebody that's not in the pet industry, but she has an Etsy shop. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look, you really need an Instagram. You need socials to get people to go to your Etsy shop, right? Yeah. And she's like, she's retired. So older. And she's like, I just don't want to have to be on my phone all the time. And I said, well, just set aside one day and put all of and most of our listeners already do this. You can schedule like 30 days in advance, all of your posts. And then you don't have to worry about it for, another 25 days. Yep. So when I told her that, like a light bulb went off in her head.
Yes. It's
she was
true.
like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
If you follow me on social media, you've likely noticed that I've made a pivot with regards to my social strategy, where for the first 5 years of my store being opened, it was that Instagram and Facebook got a post every single day without fail. And then I was working with my TikTok coach. He's not a TikTok coach, but I call him my TikTok coach. And I was chatting with him and I said, like, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that I need to be posting literally something every single day? And I had said to him, I really get a lot more traction with my videos. And he's like, then why aren't you just posting your videos across all 3 platforms? And I'm like, well, because I never thought of that. So when I started doing that, I couldn't believe the difference in the a vanity metric, but nonetheless, the amount of followers that I got skyrocketed. For 5 years, posting every single day without fail on Facebook. And I had finally amassed 5,000 followers. And I thought that I was doing so well because after 5 years, that's like 1,000 a year, right? And then I started posting my videos from TikTok that I would post on Instagram and Facebook. And now I'm like over 22,000 followers on Facebook. And that was just, that's the only difference I made. I posted less, but I posted more valuable content, obviously, because it was video.
That's what everybody wants to do. You work less and you make more, right?
Right. Well, I don't know. I'm not paid for followers. Oh, but here's the thing about batching is I literally have that built into my calendar. So I literally have TikTok batching. And and again, I've got an entire list of every time.
Like you set aside a day. Do you put that on your account? Like your
I set aside
calendar?
A couple hours. Yes. Like every week.
Speaking of calendars, that works for me too. Like if it's not on my calendar, it probably won't get done. And I've actually tried this a couple times and it kind of worked where I'm like, okay, I'm going to schedule time to relax.
Oh.
And actually put it on the calendar. And then I think it's like your brain intrinsically is like, oh, I have to do that.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You got to set that, like schedule the time,
I know like a friend of mine, and now she's a yoga instructor. And so she thinks differently than I do for sure. But her phone, like when she's like, I am done and I need to unplug, she turns her phone off. And I'm over there in the corner, like having heart palpitations. I'm like, oh my God, you turned your phone off.
I'm like, what? Somebody's trying to get hold of me.
100%, right? That's me. And she's like, I don't care. Like, I have voicemail, I have email. When I turn my phone back on, all of the things will be there, but I don't want to be interrupted. Now, I have not gone that far, but I will tell you that I have literally fallen in love with Do Not Disturb. And I actually did this. It was last Christmas. So I was supposed to be away from the store for 2 weeks. My store manager had said, like, for 2 weeks over Christmas, we don't want to see your face. So get lost and like, don't respond to anything. Like, just unplug. And we do close the store for 4 days over Christmas, right? So we're closed the 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th every year. We're closed. We're a small team. We want Christmas with our family as well. And then we close early on what's it called? New Year's. We close early on New Year's, and then we're, of course, closed New Year's Day. So that's like 5.5 days of that 2 weeks that she said, like, we don't want to see your face. So what I decided then was, I'm like, I do need to unplug. I need a break. I'm going to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. And it was the most glorious 2 weeks of my life, because I wasn't constantly doing the chicken head turn, ooh, 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 whenever a notification came in.
Exactly. I was just telling Carly earlier that, yeah, I'll look at my phone every 60 seconds, like all day long. Like, what, you know, who messaged me, what's on Instagram, you know, it is debilitating.
Nonstop. And it's nonstop. Yeah, it's, and then we wonder why we can't pay attention to anything anymore, right? Because we don't have enough stimulus. But so after the little Christmas break, and I was like, oh, now I got to put my phone back to not be on Do Not Disturb. And I did it for like an hour, and my phone bing, 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 bing. And I was like, no. And I put it right back onto Do Not Disturb. And I literally have been on Do Not Disturb since last Christmas.
I love that tip. I kind of do it when I go to this.
Nowhere. You don't do it anywhere.
I go camping. So, you know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice then. You're out of cell coverage.
Exactly. I'm forced to. So I have an RV, and my husband and I will go to like state parks to get out of the city and just connect with nature and relax. Yeah. I can feel the tension drop from my shoulders, you know?
Yep.
But one of the great things about, well, it's great and not so great, but a lot of these state parks, their Wi-Fi is awful. And in fact, we can barely get phone calls, much less anything else, any type of text message. It takes forever to come through, if it comes through at all. Yeah. So it is definitely unplugging from the city and from all of the digital noise.
Yes. And
it does feel really good. And then I notice, though, when I come back to the city, that tension builds up again, you know.
Comes back again. Yeah. I know. That's, you know, and I mean, that's for me, I guess what I really noticed is, so the other day I was at the store, and of course my phone is on Do Not Disturb. And what I love about that is I choose when to look at my phone to see, are all of the notifications still coming in? Yes. But my phone is not interrupting my train of thought all day long. But what I noticed the other day was I was at the store, and one of my team members' phone was on the back desk at the computer that I was at. And of course, she's not on Do Not Disturb. So every time a notification came in on her phone and the screen lit up, my head swiveled from the screen to the phone. Oh, it's not my phone. Back to the computer. What was I doing again? And then her notification would go off, and then I would look and I'd be like, oh, it's not my phone.
That probably took your brain a good 30 to 60 seconds to like reset.
To recalibrate and go, what were you working on again? Oh yeah, you were doing this. So that is literally why I stay on Do Not Disturb anymore. It doesn't mean I don't look at my phone all day long. I do look at it, but I look at it when I'm like, I have been working on this now for 90 minutes or whatever it is, and I need a little break. So, okay, I'm just going to sit back and, okay, what's on my phone? Oh, there's something that I should address. Or, oh, it's just a bunch of nonsense notifications that I can get to later. And then I carry on and I do my thing, right? But I definitely have noticed for me mentally, energy wise and productivity. Big improvement when I'm on Do Not Disturb. You know, Sherry, when I first opened House of Paws, I was spending way too much time making documents that I needed from scratch. Employee handbooks, sales games, event planners, even little giveaways for customers.
I remember, and those weren't just nice to haves. They make your store run smoother and kept your customers coming back.
Exactly. Every document I created was because I needed it for my own store. And then I kept hearing from other pet pros, I wish I had something like that.
I said that too, and that's what I love. These aren't theory. They're used in a real store with real results. I use your event planner every month. And now any indie retailer can grab them, save time, add their logo, and use them too.
Right? So if you're tired of starting from a blank page, check out houseofpawspetpro.com and use promo code PetShopGirls to get 10% off your first order and see which documents can help you get your time back.
Speaking of productivity, one thing that helps me is exercise.
Mm-hmm. You like your exercise.
It releases endorphins. Look, I actually don't like the act of exercise, but I like how I feel after because it releases endorphins. I have better mental clarity. If I do it in the morning, I'm more productive throughout the day. Like if you can just start your day with like even a 20-minute walk, you know, go take your dog on an actual walk outside if you can. And it really calms the mind and gets you in the right mindset for the rest of the day.
Yeah, listen, I am no stranger to the whole gym rat scene. I was there for many years.
I've seen pictures. You showed me.
I know. And like Madonna, who at the age of 50 said, I'm not going to work out anymore. I said the same thing, but at 47. So anyways, no, but I get what you're saying, Sherry, because when I was in my corporate world and I used to go to the gym every day at 5 a.m. and that was my routine. And that was my me time. And I listen, if you're not used to working out or you kind of like dread exercise like the plague, I know that it would be hard to think of exercise as me time because I never thought that I would ever feel that way.
Oh, I totally consider it me time now.
Yeah. And I did get to that point where I was like, I really enjoyed that time. And whether I literally would just go run on the treadmill for 30 minutes or I would do the rower or I would do circuits.
Not only are you helping your body, it's almost like a meditation. Like when I go to Pilates for an hour, I'm not looking at my phone and you almost get into a meditation type sense. And then you feel great after.
I think all of the things that we've just talked about, that would be the biggest takeaway. If you are like allergic to exercise like me and it makes you break out in hives, no. But the fact that it would disconnect you from your phone. I think that would be a big thing about exercise. I know that you want to talk about this and your healthy eating nonsense, broccoli and chicken.
We're going to talk about nutrition for people.
But it is, well, yeah, and it is important. And let me tell you, Sherry, you'd be proud of me. Like I keep trying. Am I doing it perfectly right now? No. But I am going to.
You are trying. You were baking a chicken the other day, right?
I was baking a chicken.
I was
baking a chicken to make chicken salad for my buttery croissants.
But you know what? You know what? And I know that sounds like a fatty meal, but if you do it from scratch instead of buying something in a fast food line, it is better for you. And yeah, what you put in your body, that is your energy. That's your fuel. Yeah. So if you want to feel logy and weighed down and foggy, then eat a bunch of sugar.
Yeah.
But sugar is what I think is killing everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I've never had good eating habits, but my bigger thing is, and this is almost a daily occurrence, is I get up, I start doing the things, I'm like, whatever they are. And then it's usually about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon where I was like, oh, I should eat something because I haven't, right? Like I just, that's not where my brain goes. My brain goes to, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And I need to do all of these other things. But food never comes into the equation until it's
fuel for your brain.
I know that's what everybody says, but I'm like, I seem to be good. And then at about, like I said, 3:30 or 4, I'm like, ooh, I kind of feel hungry because like I didn't eat all day. And then I grab something
fast food.
Or whatever I have in the store, right? We've got granola bars and cheese sticks and that kind of stuff. So I'll like grab something there until I get home And if I'm doing deliveries, I'm not getting home until like 7:30. And then I'm like, I don't want to make something now. So I eat soup or I eat cereal because I'm Gen X and that's a meal in our world. But so I have been trying to be more kind of, I'm not going to say nutrition focused, but I've been trying to be more aware. Like, grab a bunch of bananas, Carly. Oh, look at they're brown on my counter again. Well, just make some banana bread or something. At least, grab an apple, have some cottage cheese in the fridge.
I mean, they tell us to try to eat the rainbow. So I do try to incorporate like different colored vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, I think
into
that
my
was
diet.
Skittles that said taste the rainbow.
No.
Okay.
No, but it is, we're in flu season, right? So I feel like if you eat right, it definitely helps your immune system and you won't get sick as often.
I say cream of mushroom soup is as right as it's going to get.
No.
On to. Well, okay, you know what? Let's talk about this because we kind of started here. And I know, like, I feel this way all the time. Like, if I'm going to, I want to rest. I want to have a nice evening where I do nothing, snuggle with my little Zaner, watch some TV, or.
You feel guilty because you think you're lazy.
Yep, 100%.
Me too. And
Every
that's why
time.
I'm like, oh, an ad just popped up on TV. Oh, I'll just go onto Instagram and, post a story or, follow a few accounts. And then the ad is done and then I'm missing my show. And then, like we said, 2 hours goes by. But yes, no, I struggle so bad with the guilt of not being productive.
Yes, that's how I feel too. And that's where, well, you've said it to me that like you go. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like in my head, I'm like, I am lazy because
you seem like a machine, dude. Like you just pump out the things.
And I do not feel that way. Like I feel like if you gave me the choice, I'm going to be sitting on my couch. And now the problem is sitting on my couch. Like I said, all of a sudden the cell phone creeps into my hand or my laptop creeps into my lap and I'm still on the couch. And maybe that's where I'm like, because of that guilt, I'm like, well, if I'm doing something, I still get to sit on the couch. So I'm not totally lazy and I'm still kind of getting stuff done. I guarantee that every pet pro out there feels that way too, is if they sit down to take that me time or relax and recharge in a way that means they're not actually working on their business, they feel that guilt. So
yeah, and we don't know how to solve that for everybody. We're just talking about it.
I was going to say, Sherry, what's your tip there on how we can kind of solve that feeling of guilt?
No freaking clue. If anybody can help us, please reach out.
Oh, yes, because it's real.
Look, part of why we're talking about this too is that it is just nice to know that other people are in the same boat. You're not alone in these struggles. We deal with it too.
Every day. This is another thing that it makes me feel guilty, but then I kind of get angry because it shouldn't make me feel guilty.
Yeah. It's a vicious cycle.
I know. And it's when my customers are like, oh, I came in the other day, but you weren't here. Like, it must be nice to work banker's hours or whatever comment they make about how they assume that because I'm not in the store, then obviously I just get all this time off because I'm a business owner. And I don't ever engage in this conversation with my customers, but there's so many times that I feel like saying, do you realize like I work 14 to 16 hours every day, whether I'm here or not, I'm working. And just because you don't see me in the store doesn't mean that I'm not doing the things. And then when I am doing the things and now I'm done doing the things and I go to bed and I should be having some sleepy time, all I'm doing is dreaming about my business and waking up and leaving myself voice notes or text messages because I don't want to forget the things that I'm thinking about in the night so that I can get up and do them in the morning. And sometimes they're really bad ideas. Sometimes they're really bad ideas, but in the middle of the night, they seem awesome. And I cannot forget this idea.
I totally know what you're talking about.
I get up in the morning and I'm looking at my phone going, are you on crack? Literally. Like what were you thinking? But this kept you up because you thought it was so awesome. I think we're doing it right now though, Sherry, too.
I think talking about it helps.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. Like all of us have that circle of people who can relate. And I have talked about this before. I love my family and I love my friends. But when my family and friends are not business owners, they don't get it. They don't get it.
And that's why even all the bad things about social media, that's also why I love social media, because those groups, like the Facebook groups that you can join, where it's a bunch of
like the Indie Insider,
like our group, the Indie Insider. It's a bunch of like-minded people in the same boat as you, and they understand the struggles that you're going through, and we're all there to help each other.
And they get it.
They get it. Yeah.
Like I chat with our members in the Indie Insider. I chat with yourself. I chat with all my other business owner friends. And I said, again, I love my friends. I love my family who are not business owners. But when I talk to them and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like and it is a problem that I'm trying to figure out, or a massive challenge that I need to figure out how to overcome in my business. And they're like, you'll figure it out. You're okay. You'll be fine. And I'm just like, thanks for the vote of confidence.
It's
but
going to be okay.
Help. Yeah, right. You always get through it. Like, I'm just like, So it's funny, but the majority of the times that I'm going out for, let's say, my leisure activities to not be working, and I'm going to meet a friend for lunch, or I'm going to meet a friend for supper or whatever, it's usually another business owner. And yes, we have casual. Well, we do. You have some casual conversation, but then you eventually, it's like, hey, you know what? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this, but this is kind of what I'm going through right now. And then we brainstorm, and then it's like, I never thought about it like that. So you definitely get value.
Hey, but if you're talking about business, you can write off that meal. Let's look at the positive side of that. But community is big. And for the longest time, because I've been running my own business for 20 years now, I kind of cut myself off from friends, family, anyone, because I had my head down working in my business. And I thought that was the most important thing, but it's not. So I talk about this place all the time with you. Carly is tired of hearing about it, but there's this place called the Kava Bar that I go to that opened up right across from my store. And it's not a bar. They serve kava, which is like this root from Vanuatu. It's a drink, and it helps relax you. It's a social sober bar is what it is. And I have met people there from all walks of life that I normally would have never met. Mm-hmm. And I've made a lot of great connections. And I've met people that are now awesome customers. It's great networking. Yeah. If you're lucky enough to find something like that in your town, it's worth the time to connect with people, because you learn things from them. Yeah. And that you can apply to your business, even if you're not talking about business. Yeah. And it doesn't, even if it's any type of, I'm going to say hobby. And I know that I had a customer in the other day, and this customer obviously follows all of the things I do, because there was no question in their mind that I was like working 20 hours a day in their version of what I am. But they said to me, like, what's your hobby? And I'm like, well, work. I like to do it. So, but when I thought about it, literally, like, I used to have hobbies. I used to play competitive billiards. I used to play poker. I used to, all of these things. And now I do them rarely. Golf. I used to golf like a demon every summer, like 60 rounds a summer in Saskatchewan. That's an achievement. I know. And I've asked you, I was like, how come you don't go play pool or golf anymore? Like,
part of it was, when I was playing pool and poker, and even when I started golfing, I had my big dogs. And so my big dogs they had each other, because I had two of them, and they were outside if I wasn't home. And so basically they came inside.
Yeah, you're using your dog as an example, as a 100%.
I am 100% using Zaner as a bit of an excuse, but it was because when I first got him, he was a little dude, obviously 5-pounder, but he was by himself. And when I first got him, the lady that I got him from said he should be in a cage when I wasn't with him. And so I didn't know any better. And that's what so this it's a big cage. Don't get me wrong. He had a huge cage, but I still felt awful that I was putting my dog in a cage. So I didn't want to keep, like, I didn't want more time that he would have to be in a cage because I wasn't home. And so I changed my work schedule and everything and I stayed up as late as I could and I got up as early as I could so that he would be in that cage as little as possible.
No, I struggle with guilt too about going out and doing something for myself and leaving my dog at home when he gives me those sad puppy. Well, now he has one eye. He gives me that sad puppy eye. And I'm like, ugh, and I feel bad. But then I know at the same time, I got to do what's good for me. I can't just, make my life all around the dog.
Well, and listen, you know what? Here's the thing too. When I had a real job, not my own business, Zaner was like, he knew the routine. When mama goes to work, he gets his treat bone and he waits until mama comes home. But now that he comes to the store, every time
he expects
I leave the
to go with you every single
he should
time.
Be going.
Yeah, I get that too. Because Vinny was a show dog, and so he traveled all around and did all the things. He was at the center of attention. And now when I leave, he's like, "You be."
Yeah. Listen,
he just looks
Zaner,
at me like he's just so pissed.
I know, and Zaner, it's like he pouts. He sees that I'm like getting the things organized to like leave the house. And he's like, oh my God, where are we going? And he's like racing around. And then as soon as I turn the radio on, because I always leave some music on for him. As soon as I turn the radio on, he's like, what?
Yeah.
And he
I do have a routine.
off to the living room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But hey, I think our dogs are about the same age. And like Vinny's about to be 10.
Zaner just turned 12 this year.
Okay. And I will say, he just doesn't have as much stamina as he used to. Like, so if I take him out for an all-day trip somewhere, he gets cranky. He needs his nap time, you know? So I just tell myself, look, he needs his nap time anyway. I'm going to go out and do this thing for myself. He's going to, have a good nap, and then we'll have good snuggles time, when I get back on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'm noticing a theme here. Guilt must just be a trait that all entrepreneurs have.
Yeah. We should get a guilt expert or something on here.
Oh, is there such a thing?
There's got to be, right?
Guilt experts, if you're listening, reach out. So I guess here's the whole thing. We've kind of rambled on and we've just had like a discussion about things that we would talk about anyways.
We should bring back, we did Poffy Talk on Tip the Dish.
Tip the Dish, yeah.
We should do just Poffy Talk. Kind of round table.
We could do a Pet Shop Girls Poffy Talk.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I guess at the end of the day, and Sherry's kind of said this throughout, we wanted everybody to know that the feelings that you have around being guilty because you're not relaxing, or when you do take some time to relax and it turns into 9 hours of work on your couch, it is important. We obviously are not the experts here on how to tell you what to do or how to avoid it or how to even make it better. But we wanted you to know that you're not alone. You
know what? If you're struggling with something, go into the Indie Insider group and if you feel comfortable, air it out.
Yeah.
And the support in that group is amazing. Everybody is so kind. So
and I
join
kind
us.
of have, don't make us sound like a cult.
Join the Pet Shop Girls now.
We have a post that goes out every second Friday, is it?
I don't know which post you're talking about.
It is, okay, it's where if you're having a challenge, if you're having a struggle in your business, that's what it is. It's called the Q&A time. Drop a question about a challenge in your business. So my whole intention there with putting those posts out, and I think it goes out, it goes every Friday at 6:00. It goes every Friday at 6:00. But the whole idea there was, if you're having a challenge or a struggle in your business, chances are good somebody else is too. And my intention there was that gave us an opportunity to talk it out. And so it's not like, I think that people maybe think that, they're supposed to drop this here and then the Pet Shop Girls will come help us with this. No, that wasn't my intention. And maybe I should reword it, but it's all about that kind of like, know that you're not alone. Know that you have that support network, even within our Indie Insider community. If you don't have the kind of friends and family in your personal area that you could go for supper with or go for lunch with and just kind of commiserate with. You have that virtually with us. And so that was my intention with that post, is that people had the opportunity to kind of say exactly what you said, Sherry, like, I got this thing going on, like, God. And maybe your problem is unique, but somebody would have had something similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the whole idea, is that at least we had that opportunity that we could chat about it as business owners who are going through the same kind of thing all the time.
Yep.
Because it happens to all of us. And then with the jingle bell, holiday hoopla. That is what we're talking about. With that, because the holidays add that much more stress and pressure, that's where we just wanted to kind of talk about this, to make you aware. At the very least, we want to make you aware about this so that you can be looking for those opportunities to really take care of yourself during the holidays.
Yes.
Because it would suck for your store. It would suck for your business. It would suck for your team and for your customers and for your family if you ran yourself so ragged that you couldn't even, and your dog. Yeah, absolutely. and then you can't even do the things that you should be doing at the holidays because you've used all of your energy on just running in circles.
We wish everyone the best holiday season. Health, wealth, happiness, all that.
Take care of your mental beans. I don't know what that is. I just made it up.
Mental beans. I like it.
Mental beans. Your brain kind of looks like a bean, right? A little bit.
I don't know. Does it?
With lines. Anyways. Okay. Until next time, Pet Pros. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Pet Pro. That's it for this week.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.
Just hit all the buttons.
And if you want more, join us in the Indie Insider, our private Facebook group for pet pros.
Then you'll never miss the podcast that makes you sit, stay, and beg for more. The Pet Shop Girls.
Pet Shop Girls.
Did you know moving products around can raise sales 20%?